one day at a time, and Alice will not be seen tonight. Stay tuned for the following TV 38 sports special presentation, One for the Books.
April 29th, 1986 was the night. The night Roger Clemens struck out 20 batters, a new record for a 9-inning game. In 111 years of baseball, nobody has ever struck out 20 in a 9-inning game. Bob Montgomery and I were lucky enough to be present that evening, televising for New England Sports Network. When we return, we'd like to show you excerpts of that historic performance in what was and is one for the books.
One for the Books is brought to you in part by your New England Subaru dealers. Four-wheel drive and easy deals make Subaru the New England solution. And by your local McDonald's restaurants, where it's a good time for McDonald's Value Pack.
I've been lucky to be there for a few historic moments. 5 no-hitters, Yastrzemski's 3,000th hit, Yastrzemski's 400th home run, the Red Sox and the Reds in the 75 series, the Red Sox and the Twins for the pennant in 1967. And one twilight in Anaheim, I saw Nolan Ryan strike out 19 Red Sox batters. But now, there's Roger's 20th, maybe the tops of them all. The Seattle Mariners were Roger's opponents that night, and he dueled Mike Moore, a talented young right-handed pitcher. Bob and I talked about that matchup before the game. Now, the theme apparently in this series, the way two teams have been hitting, will be pitching. And Roger Clemens, who's been hot lately, missed a start in Kansas City on Sunday because of the rain, is ready to go and improve his record to 4-0 if he can. He's had trouble with this club more than any other club in his young career. He's opposing Mike Moore, who may be the best right-hander, the best pitcher that the Seattle Mariners had, and a 2-1 pitcher against the Red Sox last year.
I don't think there's a lot of doubt about your setting the style here of this series. Could very well be pitching. One thing for sure, this first night's matchup will definitely feature some pitching. The Seattle Ball Club, a little struggle for themselves at the plate lately. One thing that Roger may have in their favor, he's certainly a strikeout pitcher. This Seattle Ball Club has struck out now 154 times, which will easily lead the American League in that department, so maybe you can take advantage of them that way.
Roger would not only take advantage, he was about to overwhelm a Major League Baseball team. But as he took his warm-up tosses, he could not detect anything different or special.
No, not really. I felt really, I did feel really different when I came to the park. I had a serious temple headache, and I couldn't get rid of it all day, and it wasn't a usual day. I don't know whether it's because I had too much rest or whatever. I felt really strong in the first couple innings. My ball was really jumping, and so I had to concentrate on getting the ball down. But other than that, it was just like a normal start for me.
Roger would stay strong the whole game, but he was about to give away his headache. The Seattle Mariners didn't know it, but they were about to be part of the history books. Roger took control of the ball game early as he faced leadoff batter Spike Owen. The count ran to 3-2. Got it. Clemens just kept pouring the coals on a 3-2 count and finally got Spike Owen. 3-ball, 2-strike count to Bradley. And strike 3. Well, a mess of pitches, but they all turned out right for Clemens so far. 2 straight strikeouts. He needed Ken Phelps to complete the hat trick in the first inning. What a pattern in that first inning for Roger Clemens. Goes 3-2 on Owen, Bradley, and Phelps, and strikes them all out, swinging for rather startling and awesome first inning. So he seems to be on right now. And after a half inning of play, it's Seattle nothing and the Red Sox coming up. Seattle's #1 pick in the 1981 draft, Mike Moore, had visions of the spoiler on this chilly April evening. He retired the first 2 batters and then faced Bill Buckner. There's a shot to center field and Henderson back. He has got it for the out. A 1-2-3 inning for Mike Moore, and the pattern may have been set. Unaccountably, Roger had never pitched well against the Mariners, but he was about to show Seattle that on this night, he meant business. After Gorman Thomas had lined out to left, Roger recorded #4 on Jim Presley on an 0-2 count. Then it was Calderon with 2 down. Ivan Calderon, the right fielder, lunging for strike 1. Clemens has struck out 10 or more 5 times in his career, 4 times at Fenway. He's got strike 2 on Calderon. Working on his 5th strikeout now if he can get it. Fans are starting to get excited early. 0-2 to Calderon. Got him. Right across that outside corner, and 2 more strikeouts for Clemens. He's got 5. After an inning and a half, no score. In the bottom of the 2nd, Don Baylor recorded the first hit for either team. But neither Gedman nor Barrett could bring him around, and the 2nd ended with no score. With 1 out in the top of the 3rd, Dave Henderson came to bat. Henderson hitting .128. 2 homers and 5 RBIs, but in the last couple of years, he at least has, on at least 2 occasions, beaten the Red Sox with home runs in this ballpark. A strike to him. 0-1. He has 2 hits in his last 20 times up. Foul back. Watch it. They're coming up here about as hard as they're coming into the plate. 0-2 the count.
Thank goodness we got a little longer to watch it, though. Those hitters do.
Right. Strike 3. Number 6. Henderson called out on strikes right on that outer edge. With a 2-2 count, Steve Yeager popped to center field to end the inning. And so after 2 1/2, the Red Sox 0 and Seattle 0. With 2 out in the bottom of the 3rd, Dwight Evans found one to his liking. Here's a base hit up the middle on a breaking ball, and Evans is on. 2-out single for Dwight Evans. The 2nd Red Sox hit. But Wade Boggs could not reach his favorite target, the wall, and the Red Sox and Seattle were still scoreless. Roger had now faced the entire Seattle lineup. It was back to Spike Owen. Here it is silent movies so far as Mike Moore and Roger Clemens are hammering it out on the mound. 0-0, and Clemens has faced 9 batters, got them all, and 6 on strikes. Not a bad start, Mr. Montgomery.
Well, it isn't, Ned, especially if you're a baseball purist. Of course, you and I kind of like these games a little bit more. Just watch some pitching and not quite so much offense. Although the Red Sox do have a couple of hits, they have not been able to get anybody past second base. Baylor did get there on an infield out. Top of the order up for the Mariners. Owen swung right through that one, foul tipped it. 0-1 the count. 3 batters here scheduled up were all struck out by Roger, of course, in the 1st inning. He has struck out 6 now through his first 3 innings of work. Baylor in even with the bag at first. Boggs in front of the bag at 3rd. Strike 2. Roger hasn't really played around much with the middle part of the plate. And not only is he striking some people out, he's not doing it just power-wise. He's doing it with a little bit of control mixed in. Had a couple of the strikeouts on some curveballs. The 0-2 quickly to Owen. There's the curveball right into right field. That's the first Seattle hit. So Spike Owen, Roger's former teammate at the University of Texas, It's the first hit off Roger tonight. You hit a breaking ball from him on an 0-2 count for the first base hit of the game for your ball club. Were you looking for the pitch, or how?
No, I definitely wasn't looking breaking ball. I was looking for a heater and trying to adjust, and it probably surprised me as much as anybody. It wasn't a bad pitch. It was a ball, and I just happened to get the head of the bat out on it and got the ball into right field, but I was as surprised as anybody.
Roger may have guessed with him a little bit and said, well, I think he's probably looking for the fastball. He thought throwing something breaking, and a good piece of hitting by Owen. He got a clean single into right field on the breaking ball. This one served it down there.
I don't know if I'd be willing to change if I had him that far behind my fastball, but Roger did, and they have their first hit. During the course of that game, right after that, I think there was a foul ball. You'd gone around second and come back across the diamond, headed to first. What'd you say to him?
I said, I asked him what he was doing throwing the ball at my head. The first time up, a couple of them got away from him, just kidding around. But he had said something to me that I'd cost him $25 or something in court for hitting an 0-2, getting an 0-2 base hit on him. But I told him he deserved it if he's going to throw me an 0-2 breaking ball.
Roger, of course, will be aware of Owen's speed a little bit at first.
And Clemens was that, as he made a bundle of throws to first, keeping the speedy Owen close. In the meantime, Bradley was at the plate.
Struck him out. Went right to the inside corner and very hard on the fastball from Roger. And that's number 7.
So he says, let's go back to what got me here, and here's the fastball, and try to hit it. And it's right at a good spot to get Bradley out of there. Number 7. As Ken Phelps stood waiting with a 2-2 count, Clemens was keeping his buddy Owen in check with another half-dozen throws to first. Some were questionable.
I would think that if we were in the National League, or maybe with 1 or 2 other umpires in this league tonight, Owen would have already scored.
Around on the box.
On the box, yeah.
That's right.
That's a very close clothesline move that Roger's using. Struck him out. Looked like the hard slider there, and Roger has gone to the snowman. That's number 8.
Boy, he is using those corners tonight. He'll give away ball 2 or ball 3 occasionally. This time, drifting. And that was just right up there around the letters. Try it and see. With cleanup hitter Gorman Thomas at the plate and a 2-2 count, and Spike Owen still holding his ground at first, fate was about to step in and help Clemens.
Oh, had an idea and held it up just in time as they asked Tim Welke at first. He said no. So it's a 3-2 count on Thomas. This will give Owen with some speed a head start.
Crowd putting the pressure on the umpires right now. They want to see the strikeout. This pitch wasn't far from being a strike. It really wasn't. That's a good high American League strike. Possibly sometime. Would not be in the National League, and Welke says no.
That's the 6-3-2 count for Roger. Now Roger, a little cat and mouse game as Baylor will play behind Owen now. They don't choose to hold him on over at first. They figure he's going to go anyway, so they'll... Actually, he's kind of holding him on, but he's just dead behind him. He'll move quicker than usual, though, to defensive set. Popped up right side. Playable for Baylor as he drifts into foul ground now. And has it go off his glove, and that's the play we mentioned that just doesn't like to make.
He's very uncertain on those. He says so himself.
You strike out 20 out of 30 guys you face. That's an awesome feat, and I have no regrets. I'm kind of glad I did it.
That gives Roger another chance.
That's right. Well, there's nobody hates that any worse than Don Baylor does, you can bet. Well, meeting between Roger and the base runner right now, Spike Owen, as he went back across the middle to go to first. Well, Spike well on around second on the way to third. So the payoff once again to Gorman Thomas. Struck it out. Called on a running inside corner fastball. That's number 9 for Roger, but more importantly, he erases the base hit. 1 hit for the Mariners, no score. And they leave one. After 3.5, there is no score in this game with the Red Sox and the Mariners.
The bottom of the fourth produced one more Red Sox hit as Jim Rice looped this single to left center. But the Sox would not score. Mike Moore was apparently not going to make it easy on the boys from Fenway. Let's pick it up in the top of the fifth. Jim Presley with a 2-2 count. Roger fanned the side in the first, got 2 strikeouts in the second, 1 in the third, and 3 more in the fourth. And 1 in the fifth so far. That's number 10. So he goes on.
Bonus time has come early here for the Red Sox, and the Jimmy fun tonight is Roger Clemens has pumped up 10. That gets you right over the bonus hump there, and then, boy, it's just like, well, it's pay, it's a cakewalk from here on out.
$1,500 right now.
Yes, sir. All sponsored by the Polaroid Corporation.
There is Calderon for strike 1. He was called out on strikes in the second. 6 times now in his career has Roger fanned 10 or more, and 5 of them have been at Fenway. Most recently was against the Tigers, April 22nd this year. He struck out 10. Foul, strike 2. He's ahead of Calderon, 0-2, and this crowd is getting turned on. They're small, but they're mighty when he gets 2 strikes on somebody. Strike 3, Calderon. On the outer edge. Calderon does not like the call, and that's number 11.
Well, I don't blame him for not liking it. The big thing, Ed, and we've mentioned it a couple of times, not only is he getting the strikeouts, he's not necessarily doing it power-wise. He's doing it with just little bitty pieces of the plate. Now, he's been hit, and he'll go out right here. Only about a half of that ball's on the plate.
Carnival, strike 1. Carnival grounded out to second base to achieve a notoriety of some sort. At least he made contact with the ball in the 3rd inning. Strike 2. What a show he's putting on now. Crowd yelling again for him. Gedman was going to put himself out there anyway and just dare Tartable to reach. He would have had to reach across the plate for it. And what is impressive is the fact that most power pitchers will try to go down the middle. He's using the corners. Ball 2. And he's using as you mentioned, very little of the plate on each side, but willing to throw, okay, ball 2, but I still have this thing that I can throw for strike 3.
Well, you know what? He's still pitching. He's not just winding up throwing the ball. He's just... right now, unhittable.
2-2 pitch. Strike 3. Clemens gets the side. He has now struck out 12 through 5 innings. Roger had now struck out the side for the 3rd time and had 6 consecutive strikeouts, 2 short of the American League record of 8. Rich Gedman led off the bottom of the 5th and tried to make the best of it. He lines it fair down the line and right. Carrying off. Ball in play. The ball thrown in there by Calderon. He is out at second. Barrett walked to follow, but Lyons and Hoffman were retired, and we went to the top of the 6th with no score. And on to Henderson with a 2-1 count.
Well, one thing, the guy that hangs up all the K's here, no matter whether he sits and in the bleachers or down left field, he is really, really going to hate himself tomorrow.
Missed the boat
He
tonight.
is not here tonight.
Strike 2. It is 2-2 to Dave Henderson. Got him. 13 and a new Red Sox record. That's 13 in the game and 7 straight strikeouts for Roger Clemens, setting a Red Sox mark for consecutive batters struck out in a game.
This is just about as pretty as you'd want to make it.
Here is Steve Yeager. He flied to center field his first time up. Strike one there. So he is the only one that Roger has not fanned so far.
I don't know about you, but every strike he throws sending cold chills down my spine.
Strike two. Yeah, I know what you mean. And you know, usually a rhythm pitcher is somebody who's kind of a finesse pitcher, but he's got rhythm tonight along with it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Did he get him? No. First base umpire Tim Welke says no. And it is 2-2.
I don't know what game he's watching. That's got to be a swing there.
Looked like it went around.
Oh, my goodness. Give him the benefit of the doubt, if nothing else.
Strike 3. There it is. Number 14. Now he's gotten everybody in the lineup. Oh, he is just immense out there. Everybody up.
Yeager knew it, too. Wasn't anything he could do. He knew where the pitch was, knew what it was, just couldn't do anything about it.
Eight strikeouts in a row. The last time that was equaled was Ron Davis. Tom Seaver has 10 in a row. Nolan Ryan did 8 twice, or 9 twice. Strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Spike Owens, who has struck out, and he has the only Mariner hit. He singled sharply to right field on a breaking pitch in the 4th inning after 2 strikes were on him. And he hits another one hard. Way back goes Lyons. Got it. And a 1-2-3 inning for Roger Clemens. Gets a tremendous hand as he goes off the field, as he has fanned 14 through 6 innings. And we move to the bottom of the 6th. 0-0. Record.
No, I had no idea about a one-game strikeout record or anything of that nature. I realized that I was approaching my 15, and I was thinking about the 17 for here, but I had no idea about the overall record.
15 was Roger's career high. He was about to equal that.
These fans are right on Roger's side all the way, and they have been actually right from first strikeout. Ned, the count went to 3-2 on Owen, and he proceeded to strike out the side. It's just gotten better as the night has gone along. 2 times this young man has struck out. Here's the left fielder, Phil Bradley, in the 7th. You know, I was thinking about this a moment ago. After the 3-2 count to Owen as he led off, he had a couple of foul balls in his count. But since then, they have not been that many foul balls on Roger. He has just been coming right after hitters and getting them. Needless to say, he's been getting them as he has struck out 14. 2/3 of his way to number 15, his career high. No balls, 2 strikes to count to Bradley. No score in this one as yet, and as you keep mentioning, Ned, and very rightfully so, a good bit of pitching by Mike Moore, especially good pitching by him in that 6th inning. Rice maybe a little over anxious, helped him out a little bit with 2nd and 3rd. Strike 3, number 15 for Clemens. He's tied his career high.
Well, you just maybe tape the first couple of batters in this game, and you can play it again. This is it again.
Uh-oh.
Just high heat.
Oh. I looked up quickly to see Roger headed toward the Red Sox dugout without any indication of anything. As far as arm was concerned, all he wanted was a tongue depressor, though, to clean out his shoes.
Don't give me that again.
Oh. What did Max say to you when he come charging out of the dugout?
Well, he was looking down at a lineup card or something and didn't see me till after I crossed the chalk line, and I was walking towards him, and I think that he told me he missed all 4 of the steps. He came from the bottom of the dugout to the grass, and And I told him nothing's wrong. He's asked me what was wrong. I said nothing. I just needed time to pressure. The mound was a little bit wet, and it was collecting on my spikes. Just needed to clean them off a little bit. And I thought I gave him a heart attack.
My heart almost stopped, really. It was very, very scary, Bob, because that's what happened in Cleveland a year ago, and he's been very honest with us, and when he is hurting or can't throw the ball, he will tell us. But when I happened to look up and seen him coming across that foul line, I thought, oh my God, you know what? And I think I jumped 3 steps up to get on the field, and he said, all I need is a spike cleaner, and I can't tell you what I said because it would not be polite and turn around, went back with sigh relief. We'll leave it like that.
Ned mentioned earlier with the strikeout to Yeager back in the 6th, no Seattle batter has escaped Rogers' strikeout mark tonight. And as you can imagine, a lot of them have gone down twice. Breaking ball in a good one, but just a bit low, and it's 3-2 now to Phelps.
Roger, through 6 innings, had thrown 92 pitches, 60 of them for strikes.
Seems hardly enough.
Pretty good average there.
He'd have to throw about that many strikes to strike out as many of these guys. It's 2-2, not 3-2. Struck him out. On the foul tip, that's number 16 for Roger. I thought the count was 2-2, but I wasn't going to argue, and I was correct. At any rate, it winds up 2-3.
With 2 outs now, Gorman Thomas had run the count to 3-2.
Well, you have to think, too, that these Mariner hitters know that they've struck out a lot. And these people at Fenway are all standing. Fly ball, straight away, center field, deep. Lyons right at the grill work. It's a home run.
Ooh.
Right up over the grill work for Gorman Thomas. It's 1-0 Seattle. That's number 5 for the big designated hitter.
Boy, that's what you think sometimes in this ballpark, in any ballpark, when you have a game like this. One thing like that can ruin a whole night for somebody.
And I actually thought we had a chance to win it, not just because I hit the home run to give us a 1-0 lead, but our pitcher was throwing just as good. But both of them pitched well. Rogers in the book. I got an autographed baseball by him the next day, and he put on it, "Dear Gorman, you got me this time," and he underlined this about 4 times. And that's something my son will have, because I know in your lifetime you'll never see it, but in my lifetime I don't think I'm going to see it either. Not that many again.
Roger may be thinking a little bit about that pitch to Thomas as he backed off the mound and took more time right there tonight than he has, I think, between any of his pitches. The 0-2. For the right side, Baylor will feed on to Clemens covering first, and the Mariners are retired, but they break the ice in this real pitching duel here tonight. After 2 strikeouts, the 2-out homer by Gorman Thomas, and at the end of 6 1/2, that's the score, 1-0 Seattle.
The funny things about that I found when Roger striking out 20, giving up a home run to Gorman Thomas. When I struck out 19 against the San Diego Padres, I too gave up a home run in that game. A solo home run to Al Ferrara. I won my game 2-1, and you know, it wasn't a game that was in the bag all the way. It was a game that I had to struggle and try to get my outs in order to win a game, which was very close.
In the bottom of the 7th, Steve Lyons singled and Glenn Hoffman walked. With 2 outs, that brought up Dwight Evans to face a very tough Mike Moore.
Drive deep to left center field. This ball is deep, deep, gone. It's a home run. 3-run homer for Evans. The Red Sox lead 3-1. Dwight, after you hit the 3-run homer, Roger almost tackled you coming into the dugout. How'd you get up?
No, he picked me up and put me over his shoulder. I felt like a little baby being birthed there. He's such a big kid and a strong man that, I was helpless.
The top of the 8th now, and Clemens had a 3-1 lead to protect. And the guy with the K's had finally made it to the park. And there the K's out in right field. All of a sudden they appeared.
Guy must have been listening or watching something and got here.
Boy, they got strung up there in a hurry.
He wasn't here in the 5th when he got his 10th, because I looked again then, so.
Well, he's got 16 now, and he is within a shot of a major league record. He's 19. Strike 1 to the first batter, Calderon, who was fanned twice. Top of the 8th inning, Red Sox lead 3-1. Calderon has been called out twice on strikes.
Is that record held by a couple of people at 19?
I think Carlton has 19. Steve Carlton and somebody else.
I know Nolan Ryan's got 19 because I watched him do it.
Joe Sambito and Rob Stanley, they're the late inning guys, and they're up in the bullpen. Nothing in 2. Nothing in 3. 17. And Calderon was just completely lost out there. He was flailing away regardless of where it was. With 1 out, Danny Tartabull got the 3rd, and as it proved, the final Mariner hit. And then up came Dave Henderson again. So here we go with 1 out in the 8th inning. And Dave Henderson is up. The pitch. Strike 1. Henderson called out on strikes in the 3rd. Went down swinging in the 6th. He was number 6 and number 13. 17 strikeouts for Roger Clemens, if you just joined us. We're in the 8th inning. Strike 2. Now he's ahead of Henderson, nothing in 2. And the crowd up again. Foul ball, out of play. He'll have another shot. And you start thinking about records now. He's within 2. Incidentally, Steve Carlton, show how his luck ran. He struck out 19 and lost the game. Al Cowens has come out on deck with Henderson up there, and Cowens, if he gets a chance, if there's no double play here, will bat for Yeager. A ball that sounded high, a fastball up and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Knocked him down a little bit. 2-2. Roger pressing maybe a little on that pitch.
That's just looked like maybe an overthrow there, Ned. A little anxious to get it, maybe trying to throw a little bit harder. Wish you wouldn't do that.
Just stay within yourself, Roger. It's worked so far. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Strike 3. So it is the 9th inning with Roger Clemens 1 strikeout away from tying a major league record, 2 strikeouts away from creating one. He has fanned 18 through the 8 innings, and in that time he has thrown 124 pitches, 84 for strikes. Changed defensively for the Red Sox in the 9th. Dave Stapleton playing first base. Stapleton replacing Baylor at first base. And it's still just a skinny lead for Roger, even though he's been so overpowering. There they are in right field. The K's are up. 18 of them. And this crowd pumped up and hanging around to see what happens in the 9th. The top of the order will be up against Clemens, Owen, Bradley, and Phelps. Spike Owen, a teammate of Rogers in college, the only switch hitter the Mariners have, has struck out, single to right, and flied deep to center. Clemens has allowed 3 hits, a home run by Gorman Thomas, single to Owen, and a single to Tartable. So here we go. Strike one.
I wonder if he knows he's that close to a record.
I don't know. He knows he has a Red Sox record. Little breaking ball for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Owen. Little foul ball down to third base. And now the count is 1-2. Owen really tried to duck away from that.
Somehow you got the feeling that these fans are glad that that was a foul.
Yeah.
They all come to their feet again.
They're looking back, and they're glad that Baylor dropped that foul ball, too. Got a strikeout out of it.
Might make the difference.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Owen. Foul ball, and the count hangs at 1-2. Owen is not an easy man to strike out. He'll usually get the bat on the ball. 1-2. Tied the record. 19 for Roger Clemens. Major League record tied. He has 2 batters to go to try to set a new one. Here's Bradley. Ball 1. Here is the record tire.
Didn't lay off the highway.
1-0 pitch to Bradley. Ball 2. Bill Bradley has struck out 3 times. He was number 2, number 7, and number 15. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, and he's still working like a machine out there. Strike 2. 2-2. And here they come up at Fenway.
I'm surprised they're going back down. I would think they would just stay up.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to stand up.
A new record. Clemens has set a major league record for strikeouts in a game. 20. Just let them yell. 20 strikeouts in a game, and here's Ken Phelps. Ball 1. That would be something if he could finish with a flare and strike out the side.
The way he started, why not?
He did that. Count is 2-0 to Phelps. Oh, mercy. Strike in there. 2 balls and 1 strike to Phelps, the left-handed batter. He has struck out 3 times. He has been number 3, number 8, and number 16. To shortstop, Romero. Game's over, and Roger Clemens has fanned 20 for a new record. What a performance by the kid from the University of Texas. The whole team is there. Strikeouts, a new major league record in one single game. Final score, Red Sox 3, the Mariners 1.
I know you sought your wife out last night in the stands when she came down by the rail to greet you. Did she say something to you or you to her?
She came down and she was trying to get through. She left her purse and everything on the seat. She came down and waited there, and I whispered to her. I said, I want to give you the ball. And she was saying, no, don't give me the ball because somebody trying to knock me down and take it. So I said, oh, yeah, I ain't going to give it to you then. And I said, just wait for me after the game. And it was fun. She was shaking.
So the night belonged to Roger Clemens and the record books. But there were many other people who expressed their thoughts about this young man and his date with destiny.
I felt at the time that he was probably the best major league pitching prospect that we had here at the University of Texas while I've been here.
There's no doubt that he's throwing the ball as hard as I've ever seen him throw it, but playing back at Texas with him, he's just a power pitcher. He's an aggressive pitcher.
When you're throwing 97 miles an hour, that bat feels like it weighs just a little bit more than normal.
I tell you, this morning when I woke up, I felt like that piece of meat in Rocky that Rocky was punching on. Boy, I was having time rolling around.
I got caught up. I was firing my glove up in the air and everything else every time he struck somebody out. It's a lot of fun, and I'm glad I was here to experience it.
Well, Roger Clemens' record of 20 strikeouts is one of the great performances of all time in baseball. Naturally, you have to say that because nobody ever did it before.
You know, it has stood for a long time, but the old adage that records are made to be broken, and it couldn't have been broken by a finer young man than Roger Clemens.
I broke it, and I feel real fortunate. I don't think nobody will strike out more than 20 and not walk anybody. I'm very proud of not walking by in that game and happy to see that happen.
To me, Clemens' feat was just unbelievable. I cannot relate to anybody striking out 20 in a ball game. I don't think I ever did that in Little League. If I'd ever done something like that, I probably would have retired right on the spot.
I've played with a lot of great people and a lot of great pitchers, and I've seen a lot of things that they can do, and I just feel as though just stay sound, stay healthy, and get the ball over the plate, throw strikes, because who knows, there's going to be a lot of more records that are going to be falling along the wayside. Good luck.
And to you, Roger, a very, very warm congratulations on a job well done.
My mother's crying, my brother's crying, my sister's crying. I said, hey, this is a happy moment now. Everybody's crying, and my mother's just telling me that I'm in Cooperstown.
Clemens has set a major league record for strikeouts in a game. 20.